When I first saw the trailer for Kabuto Park, I wasn't really sold on the idea, catching bugs and entering them in sumo style wrestling tournaments. But I'm very glad that I actually started playing the demo because I was hooked within a couple of minutes. Kabuto Park is an upcoming game from Doot, who specializes in making tiny games. The idea is that you enjoy an engaging gameplay loop and finish the game quite fast so that you don't have to sit through any filler content or pointless grinding just so that the game can justify a higher price point. Kabuto Park is going to be priced around 5 US dollars, and after playing the demo I can confidently say it is worth much more than that. At its core, it is a game about catching creatures and then using them to fight other creatures. So in a way, it is kind of like Pokemon with bugs, and even the game's title can remind you of a certain Pokemon. However, the similarities end there. Unlike Pokemon, Kabuto Park doesn't ask you to spend 30 to 40 hours roaming around the countryside fighting other trainers and bad guys. This is more of a relaxing experience where you fast travel to predetermined hotspots and then engage in a bug catching minigame that isn't too complex, but there is a difficulty slider to make it harder if you want. In the demo, there are two locations to visit. One of them is free to travel to anytime, while the other costs 2 coins per trip, so you need to keep an eye on your wallet before going there. Each location has its own collection of bugs to catch, with different types of rarity determining the kind of bugs you can catch. To get the rare bugs, you will need to upgrade your equipment, which you can do at the shop. But you need money to get better equipment. So what do? You enter the sumo wrestling tournament, of course. The tournament is the centerpiece of the whole game, and after a few tries, I kind of got the hang of it. To explain it briefly, it's an auto battler sort of system where the actual fight takes place automatically. To win the fight, your team needs to push the other team out of the ring. Since you can't control the bugs yourself, you and your opponent can only influence the fight occasionally by using a deck of cards. Now here's where things get interesting. Each bug comes with its own set of cards. To bring back the Pokemon comparison, think of each creature having its own powers, but instead of magical abilities, the cards have much more simpler things like pushing back your opponents, growing in size so that you gain more strength, and so on. You can enter 3 bugs into a match, and each bug's set of cards can provide a different set of abilities to the match. You also need to keep the bugs' stats in mind, namely their strength, defense, and energy. All this adds a layer of strategy to each match, although it isn't super difficult or anything to win matches because at the end of the day this is a relaxing game. Your bugs' stats can be improved by leveling them up, for which you need a different currency called candy. You can earn candy from winning tournaments and by selling extra bugs to the local wildlife preservation staff. That's pretty much the entire gameplay loop. Collect bugs, enter them in tournaments to earn currency, use the currency to buy better equipment and catch better bugs, enter those bugs in the tournament, level them up, and so on. As you keep winning matches, your opponents will keep getting stronger. The demo has limits on how much you can progress, but you are free to keep catching and leveling up bugs as much as you can. This engaging gameplay is backed up by some really cool art and music, and it all comes together in providing a really fun and relaxing gameplay experience. I do have to give special mention to the art because bugs in real life can sometimes be scary even to look at, but here they are the right mixture of looking harmless and maybe even a bit cute. Using a hand instead of a conventional mouse pointer is also an interesting idea. Although if you find it too strange, you can always switch back to a regular pointer. I kept the hand pointer because I quite like the artistic touch it adds to the experience. The full game promises more bugs, more interactions with the bugs, and a much longer tournament. While there's no exact date yet, the developer plans to release the full game sometime in May 2025. You can try the demo for yourself on Steam right now. The link to the store page can be found in the description. Thanks for watching.